That's right, it's Battlefield 3, a game fondly remembered by many players as one of the best in the franchise, if not the best game DICE ever made. It's a game that you can get today for relatively nothing, and I wouldn't be surprised if you can get it even for free if you look in the right places, and I think it's definitely worth checking out, but finding a server may be sometimes difficult. But Battlefield 3 was a defining moment for the franchise. It made Battlefield a household name and introduced some of the greatest maps we've seen, from Operation Metro, Damavand Peak, Grand Bazaar, and even my personal favourites, the Close Quarter DLC maps. All maps I, and I believe many others, would like to see even again now. They offered variety and balance for both an infantry player and a vehicle player, which is what, in my opinion, Battlefield was all about. Of course, involved with the classical team play. And at this point, anything to get away from the wide open fields that Battlefield 2042 have to offer is a clear win in my book. Battlefield 3 released in 2011, and many games at the time tried to match Battlefield 3's level of detail and immersion, but no one did it quite like DICE at the time. Though it did have its downsides, from the awful suppression, the glaring sun that would blind you through your TV, and of course the all nostalgic blue tint that was everywhere you looked. But it seemed that the positives would always draw you back and keep you playing the game again and again. Even though Battlefield 3 is just over 10 years old now, it still offers many experiences and mechanics that current Battlefield games and even other FPS games still don't have to this day. Even though it was my first taste, and maybe that's why there's some bias, and many others' first taste to the Battlefield franchise, it still, I believe, is a great game. The fact that we're still talking about it today, and that many others are still talking about it, and that it even still has players, and that it's so iconic, is a credit and a testament to how good it actually was, and maybe either how lucky or how good DICE did the game back then, though there was a lot more passion in their development studio. And at the time, we would have appreciated it more if we all knew how far the franchise would go downhill. Now, there is one huge negative to Battlefield 3 being an older game, and that's the console versions of the game. They're extremely outdated, but rightly so, and playing those versions can be difficult, as I've experienced myself, but it can still be worth playing almost just for the nostalgia and memories of playing the game when it first came out. While current Battlefield games have got more and more arcadey, Battlefield 3 stuck to its roots and offered a more tactical style while also being enjoyable and having its arcade features. This meaning that it is more suited to everyone, and most people felt like they had a role and a place, unlike current Battlefields like 2042 and you could even say Battlefield 5. Now, of course, you're probably wondering, are there actually any servers on this game? Now, I know for PC there are quite a few servers, maybe around 10 or so, that offer a decent amount of variety. But for console, I'm not sure, and I doubt there will be any, though I believe on PS3 there are a couple of servers the last time I checked, mostly on TDM, Noshir canals, or Nosehair canals, as I like to used to say back in the day. Those are the servers you'll generally mostly find, but they still can be enjoyable, but don't offer the greatest variety. Now, concerning what I've said, and your own experiences with Battlefield 3, and maybe even the current Battlefield games, is this a Battlefield game that you were first introduced to? Is it one of your own favourites? Or is it a game that you think is maybe overrated, or even you could say underrated? But in my experiences, I believe I probably had the most fun, at least at the beginning, on Battlefield 3. I met most of the people that I play with today on Battlefield 3, and I still know them even to this day, and still play with them even to this day. And maybe you're the same, but let me know your opinion on how good Battlefield 3 actually was, whether you'd like to see a remaster of it maybe, though maybe DICE in this current age would actually mess that up, but who knows, maybe we'll see that one day. But feel free to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll leave you guys to enjoy some of these nostalgic Battlefield 3 clips. But until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace. Good old beer-free ear rape. Subscribe, like, smile.